on just a little while longer. Pray on just a little while longer. Pray on just a little while longer, and everything gonna be all right. Look at me. I'm as helpless as a kitten up a tree, not knowing my right hand from my left, my hat from my head. I get misty the moment you're near. I walk my way, and 1,000 violins begin to play. Or is it the sound of your hello? It's cooking music I hear. I get misty the moment Marcus is near. I'm sorry. You can say that you're leading me on, but it's just what I want him to do and cook for me. And cook for me. Don't you notice how hopelessly I'm lost? That's why I'm dying over you. Walk my way, and 1,000 violins begin to play. Is the sound of your cooking?
Yes.
The music I hear.
Yes.
I get misty the moment you are near. I
Wonderful.
get misty the moment you're near.
Thank you, Bonsella. Wow, thank you. So, Harlem, TED, what a wonderful opportunity for Harlem to really meet the intersection of technology, and what a wonderful opportunity for TED to learn about us. So I think this moment, and even how this very event was put together, really shows where Harlem is today, that the intersection between technology, culture, art, finance has arrived. And it's really about all these people in this room, and all these people are going to click onto this. You guys are already partners. You guys are already investors. That's why you're here. So when I had the opportunity to start thinking about coming to Harlem, it really started after 9/11. I would start asking myself hard questions. Work, life. Should I continue to do cooking classes all over the world and just make money? Or should I have an impact? Can I be part of changing the footprint of dining and have an imprint in the community that I was in? Well, just because I'm black does not mean that I would know Harlem. I knew I had to leave my comfortable apartment on Central Park West. I wanted in. I moved uptown. But the first 3 years, I didn't know enough about Harlem. I was just like the tourist that came up and took a snapshot and got up back on the bus and left. So one measurement was to create normalcy. And normalcy for a chef is to get apples during apple season. And I encourage everyone, when you walk out of here, to take an apple, taste it. It tastes really good. And how can apples be a good measurement of the GDP of Harlem? You can get apples anywhere, right? Well, for a chef, what can be more inspiring than work in a food desert? Truly, how can it be a food desert 2000-something? How can it be a food desert just because we went north of 96th Street? And this commitment of not changing my amenities because I'm north of 96th Street, I think that's why we're all here, right? And what is the answers? Well, for a chef, for me, it was become, well, what if we put a food palace on 125th Street and Lenox, where the food palace is just a reflection of this incredible community. Last time we invested in art, we went from Romar Bearden to Julia Merherto to my buddy Anthony. Last time we invested in music, we went from jazz to Bancella to Ben. I knew that urban renewal did not mean to be Negro removal. James taught us that. And how can we all here be invested in that? It can be diverse. It can be different ages. It has to be delicious. And our sense of normalness is also about not bringing downtowns or other sensibilities in. On one hand, on one shoulder, we're carrying the characters of Harlem. Last time we invested in dance, we got Japanese hip-hop boys lives in Harlem. So that was a good investment. The next time we invest in food, we might go from Sylvia's, from my Aunt Leah in New Orleans, to what we're trying to establish. But it's not just about the restaurant. It's really about a farmer's market. Well, how can a farmer's market 2012 be a sign of normalcy? Well, our farm, I'm going to tell you a little bit about our farmer's market. It's open 4 months a year. It's not open 12 months. There's that one down on Union Square. Our farmers market is really a bunch of committed farmers that have made it their mission to come and serve us. Next step is how can we make it affordable? And the step after that is how does a farmers market take food stamps? Well, that's a sign of normalcy for us. I'm lucky enough to travel all over the world. I was speaking at Davos at the World Economic Forum where everyone has said, the smartest, the brightest, all these people were talking about the new emerging markets. India, China, Brazil, and all the big American companies were really trying to figure out how to crack China, Brazil, and India, and Russia. And when I got the chance to speak to Michael Dell, I told him, the emerging markets are much closer. The emerging markets is in Harlem. It's in every urban community in America, where you have, the numbers don't lie. Everyone is judging Barack on, wow, is the unemployment really going to be 9%? 7 point something. Well, in Harlem, it's 18.7. That, for African American men, it's almost 40%. Well, that's a third world country. So I knew that a little restaurant, through the monocle of a restaurant, we can have an imprint in our community. We're committed to hiring 75% of our staff from Harlem, from the community. We're committed for people to go to other places. When they come to Rooster, go to other places and experience and have normal behavior, the way you would do on 23rd Street. We just want to be able to keep our character. So it's still done different. It's still done through our eyes. There is many, many places in Harlem where I look at progress. And when you look through the eyes of Harlem, where there are a lot of cultural bridges, like dance, like art, like music, what's happening in front of us right now, and there is a success when we have a diverse community coming up, eating, tasting that, and seeing that. We can also learn from communities where it hasn't happened, What's happening right now in front of us down in Florida with Trayvon Martin. I wish there were bridges and conversation before that was held, and maybe we wouldn't have such a devastating outcome. But that conversation is something that we know about. We know that this type of actions are happening around the country, around the world. So as you guys leave here, and as you are investor in this second renaissance, checking your neighborhood if they do have fresh apple during apple season. Taste it. It tastes really good. Then do me one last favor. Mark from Facebook, being such an innovator. Next building, put it in Harlem or another urban area. Sergey and Larry from Google. This is the tech conference, right? Harlem searches too, a lot. Put your next big plant in Harlem. I can see Harlem 20 years from now being the next Palo Alto. And right next to that, what happens I've been to Google's office. All food is organic. All food is seasonal. So I can see somewhere on the east side, just north of El Barrio, I would love to see a beautiful Google office with a farmer's market that is affordable, and apple season will be fantastic. Thank you very much.
Never know how much I love you. Never know how much I care. When you put your arms around me, a fever that I just can't bear. You give me fever. In the morning, all through the night. Fever, boys, just touch me. Marcus will feed you just right. Sun comes up in the daytime, and moon comes out at night. But 310 Lenox Avenue, Red Rooster's gonna treat you just right. Come and eat with us in the morning and all through the night. Fever, just touch me, and boys, you do it just right. Now you've heard our story, and this is what we want you to do. Next time you think of eating the Red Rooster too. All through the night, all through the night, all through the night.